Want to know what someone's really like? After years of working with and observing people, I've learned that it's not the big statements or special events that reveal their true character. Instead, it's the small, seemingly insignificant everyday moments, the quiet times when they think no one is paying attention, that truly show who they are. Today, I'm sharing 5 clear signs I've picked up over the years that'll help you spot someone's real character, the stuff that lies beneath the surface. And here's what's cool. Once you know what to look for, you'll start noticing these things everywhere. I am David Harrison, and welcome to this channel. I've dedicated myself to sharing wisdom about living well in our golden years. From practical tips to heartwarming conversations, we'll discover together how to make these golden years truly shine. Subscribe to stay connected and inspired. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference for me. So let's cut to the chase. Ready to learn what these 5 signs are? Number 1, how they talk about people who aren't present. First, pay attention to how people talk when others leave the room. Those quiet moments after someone walks away, that's when you'll hear what they think. Every word choice, every story they share about others, it paints a picture of their character. I noticed this pattern years ago at work. Some people quickly jumped in with gossip or harsh words the second a coworker left. Others stayed positive, focusing on good things about the person who stepped away. The difference was striking. When you hear someone talk about others, listen closely. Do they bring up what others do well? Do they share genuine stories about kind acts? Or do they zero in on mistakes and flaws? The way they discuss absent friends tells you exactly how they'll talk about you when you're not there. Watch especially for those who can't resist sharing private details about others' lives. If they're spilling someone else's secrets now, your confidences probably aren't safe with them either. The people who keep others' trust, they're the ones who stay quiet about private matters. And here's something subtle to watch for. When conflict comes up, notice if they stick to facts or spiral into personal attacks. The ones who keep their cool and stay fair-minded, they've got integrity that runs deep. Those who get mean or spiteful, well, that spite will probably come your way someday too. Number 2, their use of I versus we language. You'll hear it in the way they tell stories. Those tiny words I and we say so much. Sure, they seem simple, but they're like fingerprints of someone's true mindset. When I started paying attention to this, it opened my eyes to patterns I'd never spotted before. Think about the last time someone told you about a big project at work. Did they start every sentence with, "I did this," and "I achieved that"? Some people can't help but make every story about themselves. Each victory becomes their trophy, even when others helped make it happen. Then there are the folks who naturally say, "we." They talk about shared wins and team efforts. When they describe success, you'll hear about everyone who pitched in. They share credit freely, pointing out what others brought to the table. These people build others up instead of just shining the spotlight on themselves. Now, don't get me wrong, using I isn't always bad. We all need to own our accomplishments sometimes. The key is balance. The most solid people I know switch naturally between I and we. They're confident enough to claim their wins, but humble enough to recognize they didn't get there alone. Next time you're in a meeting or catching up with friends, listen to these patterns. Notice who talks about my project versus our team. Watch for those who mention their colleagues' contributions without being prompted. These small word choices reveal volumes about whether someone sees life as a solo act or a group effort. Number 3. Their follow-through on small promises. You know those tiny promises people make every day? The "I'll call you back in 5 minutes" or "Sure, I'll handle that small task tomorrow." These little commitments might seem unimportant, but they tell you everything about someone's character. Think about those daily moments. A friend who says they'll pick up coffee on their way over, a colleague promising to send you those quick notes from the meeting. When someone consistently follows through on these small things, they're showing you their word matters. Watch closely when someone drops the ball on minor commitments. Do they rush to text you if they're running late? Do they quickly fix their mistakes without drama? The ones who value your time will keep you in the loop, even for tiny changes in plans. Sometimes the most honest moments come when things go wrong. Someone might promise to help with a small favor, then ghost you completely. Or they'll say yes to everything but deliver on nothing. Each broken promise leaves a tiny crack in your trust. Pay attention to patterns over time. Does someone always have reasons why they couldn't do what they said? Or do they take responsibility right away and try to make things right? You'll start seeing who treats promises like serious commitments and who sees them as casual suggestions. The real magic happens when you spot someone who treats every promise equally, big or small. These rare folks show up when they say they will. They remember the little things they offered to do. And most importantly, they respect your time enough to let you know if plans need to change. Number 4. Their willingness to be wrong. You'll see someone's real character shine through when things go sideways. Those moments when they're wrong, that's when you learn who they truly are. And trust me, these revealing moments pop up more often than you'd think. Watch what happens in meetings when someone questions their ideas. The ones with solid character, they'll pause, think it through, and consider other viewpoints. No defensiveness, no pushback, just genuine openness to learning something new. Notice how people handle those small daily mistakes too. Some folks will spend 20 minutes arguing why they weren't late rather than simply saying, "Sorry I kept you waiting." Others will quickly own up to errors and focus on fixing them. These reactions tell you volumes about who they are. Look for the ones who can laugh at their own mistakes. Not a nervous laugh that brushes things off, but the genuine chuckle of someone who knows it's okay to be imperfect. These people tend to have the strongest character because they're secure enough to grow. When disagreements come up, really watch their response. Do they get quiet and shut down? Do they raise their voice and talk over others? Or do they lean in, ask questions, and try to understand? The way someone handles being challenged speaks directly to their character. And here's something powerful. Pay attention to how they handle feedback. The ones with true strength don't just accept criticism, they actively seek it out. They're genuinely curious about blind spots and eager to improve. That kind of humility, it's rare and precious. Number 5. Consistency over time. Time shows you who people are, not those first few polished meetings where everyone's on their best behavior. I'm talking about the long haul, weeks, months, years of seeing how someone responds when life gets messy. Watch for those steady patterns. Does someone stick to their values when things get tough? Are they kind on good days and bad? Do they follow through consistently, not just when it's convenient? These everyday choices paint the truest picture of character. You'll start noticing the difference between naturally good people and those who just put on a show. The real ones, they're reliable when no one's looking. They help others even when they're tired. They keep their word even when it costs them something. See how they handle stress and pressure over time. Some folks stay steady, treating people with respect even during deadlines or difficult moments. Others change completely, showing one face when things are easy and another when challenges hit. I've noticed something fascinating about consistency. It's not about being perfect. Everyone has off days or makes mistakes. What matters is how quickly they return to their core values. The strongest characters bounce back to their principles like a compass pointing north. And here's something that really stands out. Watch how they treat people who can't help them. Are they just as respectful to the cleaning staff as they are to their boss? Do they remember names and say thank you? These small repeated actions tell you everything about their character. Do you know what's wild about watching people's characters unfold? It's like a story that keeps getting richer the longer you pay attention. We just covered 5 clear signs that show you who someone truly is, and they work every single time. Remember to notice how they talk about others when they're not around. That'll tell you tons about their heart. Pay attention to those little words they choose, I versus we, because they reveal if someone's playing on a team or flying solo. Watch if they follow through on tiny promises, since those small moments add up fast. And don't forget about their reaction to being wrong. That's such a clear window into their soul. But the real magic? It's in watching all of this play out over time. Those patterns tell the whole story. I've found these signs incredibly helpful in my own life, and I bet you're already thinking of examples where you've seen them play out. Which one stands out to you the most? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos about understanding people and building better relationships. Share it with someone who's trying to figure people out too. We all need these tools in our lives. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.